Stomach behaving once more, Thancred's ready to get to work. Right, let's split up and make inquiries in town. Gaddis, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we will regroup by Aetheryte. Off-putting, though the mere sight of it may be. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly anything sells these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Khazal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Khazal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Well now, if it isn't a traveler. You're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Thancred. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host. But business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. Radiant Host. The Dalmascans aren't coming? But we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame the foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Gah, but this will be an enormous loss. All right. Forget about the Dalmascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Khazal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Sorry. I see, that's a shame. I'm sorry, but we were discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsia, and I'm here to see Khazal. Are they going to be assholes about this? Come on, talk to the elephant. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back at the guild. You wanted to speak with Khazal too, did you? I'm Matsia, a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Khazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Haha, well... An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people. That means you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I wanted to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Khazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead? Show me how it's done? I mean, I'm not a salesman, but I haven't sold things before. If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Oh god, is this going to be a whole thing? Okay. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people in Yeddelmad. I will observe you and learn. Natsu's not a company. Okay, so he's gonna follow me. Fish for sale. Fresh fish. I mean, he's right near where he can just catch some fish himself, but... Yes? Oh, crap. Fish, fish! I got a fish here, fresh fish, straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. That sounds very unusual. Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? This sounds a little intense. Let's try the long play. Greetings to you, too. Sigh, I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain here for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Yeah, hey, by the way, wanna buy some fish? It's too risky out there. Maybe you ought to move to the city too? There's no place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Well, let's be friendly still, right? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days where you could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? That's... okay. Those days will come again before you know it. Till then, stay safe. Oh, crap. I feel so crappy trying to sell, but I mean, this one's just gonna stop the conversation, so I guess the first one? Oh, God. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. Heh, when you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Oh, fucking worked! See? Easy as pie. Or easy as fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. It does sound good. Awesome! You just gotta be nice to people. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? No? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Oh, this is awkward. Amra shamra? My fresh fish is the only thing you need? No, that's too obvious. What do you need so many Amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. What the fuck? Is she a fruitarian? I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Well, are you sure you're actually hungry? I know how you feel. No, it's I know how you feel. thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Wait, what? Fuck! I thought there would be another conversation dialogue. God damn it. I'm sorry. Never mind. If nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? I don't think we're gonna win that one. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh my god, it's my stomach. Well, this is gonna be a tough sell. Or unless you're hungry. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. That's not gonna work. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly and savor your food. No? Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And I'm working so hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? Well, let's try that one. Well, it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. No, fuck. Now, if you excuse me, I must be getting back to work. Take care. Shit. Come on. Oh, you could talk some more? Well, I made you like 90 gil. I'm sorry. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. God damn it. I mean, I tried. I'm not a seller. I'm a fucking hero. What do you want from me? Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to one of 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Well, it makes me feel kind of bad about it, though. Though you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. Well, you're in for a rude awakening, because I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsia? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate... So you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsia. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you. I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured all into my consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care of the road. On the road. Tough times here. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Thalnair. Let's take that fucking tower down then, shall we? That Matsia fellow you were helping, he's Arcasadora, is he not? Apparently. 'Tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? No, he fucking shouldn't. Let's help him. If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arcasadora would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kral's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled, then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. No, leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Oh, poor guy. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I saved you, silly. I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Arcasadora were being targeted. Surely you have as well? Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that only bring death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all that we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all the way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish! But to answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish! God, you guys really love your fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akiali? Sure. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Wait, didn't we just tell you not to go off by yourself? So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. I, as you said, will do well to study their religious traditions. To Achiali. Welcome to Achiali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and the old Hasvieda. They're free at the moment as it happens. Mr. Kanga, what can you tell me? You want to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Mansuya, being of wisdom, who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might, who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some can be kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings we strive to be better people and live better lives. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Mansuya and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Mansuya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Mansuya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Mansuya have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. That's interesting. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust? While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we would like to see it. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. Oh, the 3 sisters! The center one is the eldest, Sinduruva, the goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is her middle sister, Sanduruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders amongst her followers. And on the left is Minduruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by the weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Manusia, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Amongst them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Axadora. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of the Razahan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if ever the satrap is needed, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kral's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kral's notes, we were to find her at a place called the Great Work, further along the coast. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? Ah, I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes, when you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Trunk, huh? Female elephant? What the hell happened here?
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Oof. Big pointy stick you got there.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the Great Work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
The
One
fuck?
for me.
Is it to eat or to do stuff with?
Those are dragon scales.
Oh, okay.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
I like her voice.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Ah, okay. I think I know what's going on there.
that as well.
You must be quite familiar with this. Yes?
What the fuck? Wait, Sonic the Hedgehog? What the fuck was that?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Wait, has he not fucking cleaned that weapon since Heavensward? Is that why it's still red? I just assumed it was, like, the color of the weapon.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh boy.
I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Get the fuck away from him.
Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Oh god.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
Nobody's too concerned, so I guess it's fine.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Gaddis is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans, talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved to be the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater their resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here's where you and your blessing of light come in. Wherever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it you would need me to do? Better than getting my blood drawn, I suppose. Let's go with this one. Ahaha, perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with some more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you could provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. Oh, great. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing this from a safe distance. Like just a little lantern? What the hell? Okay. You're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach? Confirmed. Resuming test, please follow. It feels like this expansion is not afraid to be a little funnier when it wants to be. I like that. Ah, you've returned and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the deep off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether from when you tested Talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. It's good to know. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Akasadora travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. Okay, there's a lot of escort missions now, though. That's the one thing I'll say I'm not necessarily super thrilled about. Gotta tag along with giant minions, basically. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajia's Footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out! Oh. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope? Of course. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. And here we are, Kajia's Footsteps. Kajia was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and to dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that when the spirit weed grows here in abundance, I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap? Do you trust the satrap?
Completely. Without the satrap and his line, Radzadhan would not exist. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzadhan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
I want to meet this satrap.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I've come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Oh, the Allegan guy. Owen.
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
What?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plan.
That is a different fucking voice. That is not Asahi's voice anymore, so this is his true voice?
And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
So he just sounds like that now? Was that a switchover? Oh boy. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Gaddis, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. If you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you're both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mr. Nidhana. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinien shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Gaddis, loath though I am to press another task to you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant skull? In case you're not familiar, giant skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found aptly named Giant Skull Grounds isn't far away, so it shouldn't take too much of your time. May we impose on you once more? I mean, I don't really have a choice, but sure. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuya. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. No, it's okay. Don't need escorts. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nadana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you're ready. Hamsa, huh? Here are our Hamsa, goddess. If the creatures look familiar, it is because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us make for the outpost. We will set forth at your word. You ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Okay. I guess this is automated then, sure. It's a goofy looking bird. Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned, they have a wobbling gait. Yeah, I noticed. Some goofy fucking bird. Especially when you're a tall ass Ellison. That spectacular formation stretching out over the water is called Kada. This sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Mansia against the Murga before it was cast down at conflict's end. Okay. Oh. It would be easier to see if it wasn't nighttime. I think they mean this thing right here. To the left, requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small island. Yep. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, well, who should it be but our young Varshan? On an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come collect your report. He also wishes to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm through these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It has been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. Now, are they going to pull a fast one and say that this kid is actually the satrap? We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce Goddess Ranfar of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? How much time you got? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you could share. You two, bring Vashon the latest report, and answer any questions he may have. Ah, I've heard about you. The visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telophoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. It occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard, and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? Yeah, they do. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls from outside aid to be answered. Yeah, it's pretty rough everywhere. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Nuraner. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, that our hopes still lie with the Talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Razat Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand. As mine will keep me here a while longer, however, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not. The path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Ah, welcome back, Goddess. Dear, I hope you have the giant skull? Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing me these. We should now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
What have they been doing to you, boy?
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavnair, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts?
But not for everybody. Most people just want to do it to themselves, maybe? Or like a small radius?
There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
Thancred.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
Oh Christ, I forgot. Each one of us in this group have been traumatized to a certain degree, so this is not the most healthy group of people to be considering this particular topic.
Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Oh, fuck. Did they not see that too?
What is it? What did you see?
I saw a little asshole.
Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
Oh, please don't attack them, you fucking Fandaniel asshole. Ugh.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Wow. That's quite the accomplishment there. Wait, all those different gems. I wonder if there's a significance there.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
I don't know if you should go. I could do it for you.
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh boy. What is this asshole one? You needn't ask. No, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I like her.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Oh, they care about her.
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
There's got to be a better way to do
We'll
this.
keep an eye on the place while you're away.
Wait, what? So it's just me and her? You guys aren't coming? I guess they don't have talismans.
Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Let's go.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence.
Is it enough just to hold it in your hand? You don't have to, like, do anything? Oh.
Any moment now.
Oh, wow.
It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Whoa, don't get too close. What the fuck? Just gonna go inside?
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
That's impressive.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
This is making me nervous. It couldn't be this easy.
What?
Oh, fuck.
Ah!
Is she gonna get turned? Don't put her in there. Don't you fucking do it.
Oh, let me go. Oh, let me go. Oh.
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Asshole. Cut her down.
Stop. Oh, you can't do this. Please.
No. God damn it. Don't let him just...
late for heroics, I'm afraid.
Oh, you piece of shit. I'm gonna kill you so hard.
The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
I don't want to say either, but what do you mean patrons of old?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Fandaniel, the sundered Ascian.
Kinda heard it.
I inherited the position and the soul of the Fandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me.
What?
Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Fandaniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
So you were like a failed rejoining or merging?
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Which one? Oh, well, okay, I'll find out right now.
At your service.
Wait, what the fuck? From the Crystal Tower? With the big foofy hat? That Amon? Am I thinking of the right one?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You
are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing.
Jesus, Alligans are kind of fucked up.
Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe. No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor.
Oh, Zand? Or Zandy?
And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So because life ends, he just wants to hurry it up, I guess? What a silly way to look at things. It's almost like a why bother if things will inevitably
so
fade.
easily distracted. Why? I almost left without saying farewell.
Uh-oh.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Oh god, Xenos. My friend enemy, my frenemy. I need to bring Urianger to come look at this. I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out. I'm too stupid to know what to do. Ugh. Ah, you returned, but where is Mistress Nidhana? Funny story, that. Manusia Preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Oh, Thancred, we got problems. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. Was I? We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidhana and the other captives.